Good morning, students. In my last video, I started new chapter that is for India's foreign trade. In this chapter, I discussed what is international trade and what are the benefits of international trade. Before proceeding this chapter, I would like to revise few important point which I discussed in my previous video, so it would be easy to understand what is international trade. So students, in simple way, international trade is export and import of goods and services across different countries is called international trade. And you have seen that every country in the world exports certain goods and imports certain goods. In this present scenario, international trade is a common thing. Every country is in the world exporting and importing the goods according to the need of the economy, and if country have surplus amount of any goods, they want to export those goods and earn money, and they want to import goods which are required in their economy. So this is international trade. And second topic which I discussed, that is what are the benefits of international trade. International trade is beneficial for the country because international trade facilitates international specialization. International trade helps finding market in rest of the world for surplus domestic output. International trade facilitates import of essential goods and services which cannot be produced in the domestic economy. International trade is an important means of earning foreign exchange, so essential for less developed countries to make developmental import. International trade promotes helps in enhancement of quality of life of the people of the trading, especially for the developing and underdeveloped countries, because people used to get variety of goods and services. International trade enhances opportunities of investment through expansion of the market. International trade serve as the engine of growth because it helps in the accelerate the pace of GDP growth, means gross domestic product, or domestic economy, domestic income of the country. These are the benefits of international trade. Now next topic is, that is what is the condition of India at the time of independence. What was the condition of condition of India, especially foreign trade at the time of independence? As you know, students, at the time of independence, India become one of the poorest country in the world. India has a stagnant and backward economy, and there are various kind of things which Indian economy was facing at the time of independence. Around 200 years of British rule, that is considered as a considered as the most exploitative phase of Indian, and the era is known as colonial exploitation. Students, India has been an important trading nation since ancient times. However, restrictive policies adopted by the colonial government or British government adversely affected the structure, composition, and volume of India's foreign trade. Because of influence of British government and their restrictive exploitative policy, the structure of Indian economy had completely changed in terms of composition, volume, volume means amount of trade. All these areas were affected by the British exploitative policies. In India's foreign trade during British rule, we can say that it was seen that India became exporter of primary product and importer of finished goods. Means India became an exporter of primary products such as raw silk, cotton, wool, sugar, indigo, jute, etc., and an importer of finished consumer goods like cotton, silk, woolen cloths, and capital goods like light machinery produced in the British industries. British government used to take raw material from India, and these raw material were used in their industry. Like for example, they export cotton for their textile industry, because cotton, indigo, which are the raw material which are used as a raw material in the textile industry of Britain. So during British period, India become exporter of primary product, means whatever required raw material for British industry, and importer of finished goods. After manufactured from the industry, like cotton is exported from India, and these cotton are used in textile industry of Britain. And after manufacturing cotton cloths, ready-made cloths, they use India as a market where they can sell these goods. Next is the monopoly control of British rule. Monopoly is the situation in the economy where one seller and lots of buyers. British work as a monopoly. Monopoly control of British rule. British government maintain a monopoly control over India's export and import. More than half of India's foreign trade was restricted to British, while rest was allowed with few other countries like China, Sri Lanka, and Persia, that is Iran. And the condition became more uh, miserable when the Suez Canal opened in 1869, which helped the British, as the opening of Suez Canal in 1869 served as a direct route for the ships operating between India and Britain. Students, you must have known about Suez Canal. Suez Canal is the man-made canal which divides Asia and Africa. Because of opening of this canal, the distance of Britain and India reduced to around 6,300 kilometers, and that was in favor of Britain. Next is drain of India's wealth during British rule. Under the British rule, India became an exporter of primary products, that is raw material, and importer of finished goods. There was huge export surplus due to excess export. However, export surplus was used to make payment for expenses incurred by the office set up by the colonial government of in Britain to meet expenses on war fought by the British government and to import invisible items. On the eve of independence, our balance of trade, means difference between export and import, was favorable to export, means according in terms of data in 1946-47, excess of export over import were estimated as of rupees 31 crore through in 1947-48. The balance of trade had struck to rupees 14 crores. If we talk in terms of direction of trade, it was largely confined or restricted to Britain, simply because The British rural exploited the Indian economy as a source of raw material and as a market for their export. The composition of trade uh, at the time on the eve of independence indicated backwardness of the economy, as our export included largely of raw materials while our import included largely of finished goods. These are the points through which I explained Indian economy or foreign trade on the eve of independence. If we talk in terms of India's foreign trade after independence, then you will find that there are huge changes took place in foreign trade. With the help of planners, policymakers, and planned effort, uh, it is evident that there is a noticeable change in foreign trade. Uh, if we discuss in terms of volume of trade, means amount of value of export and import of countries, total value of export and import of the countries, trade has increased considerably under 5-year plans. It has from rupees 6,760 crores in first plan to 2 crores 21 lakh 91,132 crore in 12th plan, a rise of 3,282 times. During the period, means first plan to 12th plan, import increased by 3,612 times, export increased by 2,895 times. Students, it seems to be an impressive story. However, there are elements of distress in this story, like while over time India's export and import has tended to rise, India's share in the global trade has apparently tended to decline. It declined from 1.8% in 1950-51 to 0.5% in 1991. It is only after the initiation of economic reforms started in India in 1991, after economic reforms, that India's share in the world trade has tended to improve. According to 2017-18 data, India's share in export trade was 2.1% and import trade it was 2.6%. Again, it was only after the initiation of economic reforms that change in the volume of trade has become significant. After economic reforms that were started in 1991, the volume of international trade improved, but before 1991, though in 1991 the volume of trade, international trades were very, we can say it was negligible. So, if we discuss foreign trade from 1947 to 1990, though export and import increased multiple times, that I discussed, that export increased by 3,612 times and import increased by 2,895 times. If we compare from the first planning, that is in 1951 to 56, but the overall performance was very poor till new economic reforms was not introduced. So that was the condition of foreign trade after independence. And in my previous video I have also discussed what is the role of foreign trade in economic growth. Foreign trade is very important for the economic growth. Now I discuss Composition of foreign trade. What is composition of foreign trade? Composition of foreign trade refers to item of export and import. After independence, there has been a substantial change in the composition of India's foreign trade. Now I'll discuss it. Various changes took place with regard to export and import items of India's foreign trade. It was seen that decline in percentage share of agricultural export. There has been a significant decline in percentage share of agricultural item in total export. It happened because that India started using its farm product as a raw material for its domestic industries. As I earlier discussed, that where there are various kind of agricultural goods which are used as a raw material in industrial sector, like textile industries. For textile industry, cotton is used as a raw material. For oil industries, edible oil like mustard, sunflower are used as a raw material for these industries. That next is the substantial rise in India's population has raised the domestic consumption of farm products. Next is decline in the percentage share of conventional item. Conventional item of India's export include jute, tea, food grains, minerals. These items constituted the bulk of India's export at the time of independence, but with planned development program in place, domestic demand for conventional item has tended to rise. Accordingly, their share in total export has tended to fall. Initially, India used to export traditional or conventional item of agriculture like jute, tea, food grains and minerals, but due to rise in the population of India, these goods are demanded in domestic market. So that is the also region that export of conventional goods has been consistently decreasing, and it was seen that share in total export of agriculture goods has also fallen. Next is increase in percentage share of manufactured goods. Percentage share of manufactured goods in total export has tended to rise. Presently, if you see in terms of 2017-18 financial year, presently gems and precious metals, machineries, vehicles are the notable export of India. The point to the fact that planned development program launched after independence have started yielding result. They started to give result because of effort of the policy makers and planning. The first 12th plan, their result has been evident. These changes in the composition of India's foreign trade suggest that India is no longer a static, backward, or stagnant economy. That Indian economy is no longer merely an agrarian economy. At the time of independence, Indian economy was based on agriculture. More than 75% population are dependent on agriculture, and 55% of contribution of agriculture in GDP. But after independence, because of effort of the government and plans, that various effort of different plans, India is no more a backward or underdeveloped economy. Rather, it is seen as a developing economy, and India is not considered as an agrarian economy. Means in domestic income, the percentage of contribution of agriculture has been decreasing. Other sectors are the contribution of other sector has been seen. These are the composition of foreign trade after independence. After independence, it is seen that decline in percentage share of agricultural export. Initially, India was exporting only agricultural goods, but their percentage has been declined. Decline in percentage share of conventional item. India used to export conventional item like jute, tea, food grains, and minerals. Now India exporting some manufactured goods also, and increase in percentage share of manufactured goods. Percentage of share of manufactured goods in total export has tended to rise. Presently, Indian government exporting gems and precious metal, machineries, vehicles. These are the notable export of India. So these are the composition of foreign trade. Means composition of trade means the type of goods and services are export and import. So today, students, I discuss about foreign trade on the eve of independence, foreign trade after independence, basically till 1990, and what are the composition of foreign trade. Means composition refers to the system where we can see the types of goods and services that we export and import. In my next video, I will discuss about direction of foreign trade. What is the direction of foreign trade after independence? Thank you.